This thing is overseas. Ow! That was some wind. That was some wind. I slipped down, didn't have enough throttle to pull up, and luckily I flared at the last second.
Yeah, it's upright. In case you were wondering, our duck friends are here today. They're hanging out with us.
We're just getting back from Abby week, and although she's not in front of the camera, she is in heaven with these ducks and geese back here.
You're just hanging out.
And
awesome.
I might not be as pretty to look at as Abby, but we are going to have some fun. And I've got some cool new airplanes to show you this week. Actually, there's a brand new release coming out tomorrow. I cannot wait to share that with you guys. There's a cool gadget I'm going to show you in this video after I fly this plane, which I think you're going to love. And in this video, we're going to test this water plane. This looks a lot like a Zod or a Sonic model airplane, but it's actually an off-brand of those. I will say the assembly went together on this plane very, very easily. It was all like thumb screws, which was a really nice change of pace. And this plane comes as water plane or wheels. I thought it'd be more fun to do the pontoons on here just because it's an odd looking plane. Also, I thought the steerable rudder was kind of an odd setup too. We did bring a recovery boat for today, and like I said, I've got a really cool gadget to show you, so be sure to stick around and check it out. I think it applies to everybody in this hobby. I'm really happy I have one, and it's probably one of the best investments as far as like accessories or utilities go for this hobby. Now, if you're interested in this plane, it'll be linked in the description box below. I think the price point is a little bit high, so Banggood, if you're listening, please lower the price if you want anybody to buy this. Be a little bit more competitive. I'm gonna put in my 3S battery and wish me luck. I just don't know how this is gonna turn out. I'm probably gonna use that recovery boat today. Will it even float? Yes, it floats.
It floats.
Oh boy.
Are you scared?
Yeah, I am. Oh, you know, water planes. There's a lot more that can go wrong. And hey, the rudder is working. It's actually steering it. I'm fighting against the wind right now, so it's taxiing really well on the water, and I have to say, it looks good. I like that big kind of, it's plastic, but you know, it looks like a glass canopy where the pilots would sit. So that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, that doesn't open, but you could open it, put a couple action figures in there maybe. Yeah, it needs some pilots. It's taxiing extremely well. I'm very happy with that. Well, the geese are in for a bit of a treat today. I wonder if they're gonna fly away or what.
They'll probably fly away.
Not a whole lot of wind, so I think I'm just gonna try to take off this way. Oh, there we go, there we go. Hey!
Something sounded a little grindy.
I heard a little like clickety clickety click. Yeah, I heard that too. I don't know what that would be, but the plane is in the air.
I don't hear it now though.
No, me neither. And I'm flying, guys. It's been a long time since, oh, sorry little geese. I haven't flown on my tactic radio.
They're all swimming away. They're like, see ya.
Might go down. Focus on the plane, not the geese. Abby, when she gets around waterfowl, she is just like a kid in a candy store. Loves them. I'm flying on a tactic, transmitter, and receiver combo because I just wanted something that I could, yeah, they're cheap. The receivers are cheap, and I thought this airplane has a very high chance of failing in the water, and I didn't want to lose like an $80 receiver out there, like my Spectrum stuff. So, hey, it's working. Oh, and I spoke too soon. I had a little bit of a CG off balance. I don't know what happened out there, but we're in the air. We are in the air. What do you think about that? That's not too bad.
You're doing good.
I haven't even trimmed anything up. Let's try a roll. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Roll. Oh, uh-oh.
Oh, you better come in and land.
Yep, I am landing.
It did it again.
Man, that sounded like when I throttled up, it sounded like the prop wasn't catching, but I tightened that as tight as it would
Try
go.
to get in as close to us as possible in case the prop isn't doing good. So we're coming around.
So at a higher RPM, this prop is slipping, and I think it's because of the nut that's holding that on doesn't have any grip in place. So at a lower throttle, we're okay, but when I throttle up, that prop is slipping. That's that noise you and I have heard. It's probably hard for everybody else to hear. I'm actually gonna try to do maybe a roll at this throttle. You ready? Here we go. Nope, nope, nope. Little, I think those pontoons make it not want to roll very well. I would want to throttle up more if I were gonna roll. So it flies okay, but guys, this airplane comes in, Abby, you looked it up. Do you remember what the price was?
I think it was over $250.
Yeah, and I think that's really high for an airplane that's
And that's for
off-brand.
the plug and play, not the kit. The kit is around $200, I think.
So if you have the electronics already installed and you just need a receiver and a battery, that's plug and play. But the kit needs all the electronics. And to me, this is an okay airplane. I'm not bashing on it too hard. As a matter of fact, for an off-brand airplane, it's probably the least amount of build I've ever had to do unless it was a ready to fly. It went together really, really easily. I'm very impressed with it. And it flies okay, but it has a few problems. First and foremost is that price. You know, you can buy an E-flite Crescendo bind and fly. That's a 3S or 4S capable airplane for $200. You can buy a Valiant for $200. There's a lot of airplanes that are $200 or cheaper that you're supporting an American company. You've got a lot of benefits, just ease of use, the bind and fly. Oh, there we go. I was slipping out of the sky. This thing is overseas. Ow, that was some wind. That was some wind. I slipped down, didn't have enough throttle to pull up, and luckily I flared at the last second.
Yeah, it's upright.
Wow. The price is definitely the biggest issue with this airplane, but also it's got that, the prop is slipping at a higher throttle. I'm going to take a look at it and make sure that's what's going on, and I'll probably try to fly one more time since it's still functioning. Man, it's just right on the fence there, guys, of me being able to say it's a good airplane. If it were under $200, I'd be able to say that much stronger. It's doing okay though, isn't it? Let's see what that slip is. Let's give it a full throttle test blast here. Ready, ready, ready?
Yep.
I was right. Yeah, the prop is just slipping. At about 60%.
Your battery canopy is opened.
I see. Yeah, good eye. Oh wow, Abby, good eye. Good eye, good eye,
it's floating away. Don't fall in.
It actually snapped from that.
Oh,
landing.
it's broken.
Yeah, so that's it for this flight, you guys. That's it. So that's you know, we came in kind of hard. Totally my fault, but yeah, $250 for that airplane just doesn't do it for me. As I was looking here, one of my pontoons kind of bow-legged out, a little bit weak there, right? And that prop's slipping. It's just not a great airplane. They took a few too many shortcuts to get this airplane out. It was like a great idea on paper because seriously, it came really well constructed as far as putting it together. You know, most of the time these off-brand, overseas Chinese type of airplanes take a lot of assembly and a lot of fixing problems that might have happened during shipping or just poor manufacturing, but I can't really say that too badly about this. They just, it's like whoever decided to put this airplane together never flew it, never tested it to realize you go above half throttle on a 3S battery, which is not that powerful, and your prop's gonna slip. And I snugged that down right before we left the house. I got a little wrench and I put it in there and I tightened that down as tight as I could get it. So there's definitely some slippage. Guys, I have a really cool tool I was gonna tell you about before you go. 10 times better than this airplane and only a little bit more expensive. I gotta show it to you. Okay, so this is the battery I just flew on, right? And Abby and I are out here at the lake today. There's no outlets anywhere. There's just goose poop and rocks and grass and water. But I've always wanted a generator. I have always wanted a generator. Abby can vouch for that. For years I've been saying, Abby, when we go to RC events, it sure would be nice to have a generator. But if you get a good quiet one like a Honda one, you're in the thousands of dollars. So I recently saw an ad for this thing and I thought I have got to pick one up. This is what they're calling an electric generator, but really it's just a giant power pack. Fortunately, you can do an AC outlet. There's actually 2 on here, and you can have up to 500 watts of power being sucked out of this thing at once. It's got USB cable outlets on there. So check this out. I can literally come to a lake or a field where no one has power, press power on here, press power on this little guy, and now if you're a geek like me, you can see the draw. So just to have this thing powered on, just plugged in with no battery coming through it, it's sucking 3 watts of juice, right? But this thing should be able to charge a battery like this 20 to 30 times, if not more. You can do the math. That's a 2200 milliamp battery. This is a 140,000 milliamp battery, and you're just gonna charge your battery off of it over and over and over. So I really think everybody in the hobby would benefit from this. Even if you come to the field with fully charged batteries, you can plug in a fan and just enjoy a nice cool breeze while you're at the field. So we're gonna just charge our battery here. And I am literally charging this battery that I just flew on. I think this is so cool. Now we're going up to 40 watts. So right now at a 1S rating or a 1C rating, I'm charging this at 2.2 amps. I'm only sucking 40 watts of power, and I can charge 4 batteries at once if I want to on this. I've got another outlet. I can pull up to 500 watts out of this at once, and it's only taking 40 watts at a time to charge my little cheap old battery here. So that's amazing. While I cannot recommend that airplane at $250, honestly, if it was under $200, I'd still have troubles recommending it. It's just got issues. I'm dripping sweat here. I can highly recommend this. If my buddy David Chenzoff, or any of those guys that go to an airfield, my buddy Gary, you guys go to airfields and you don't have power at your airfields to fly, you know, some people only have 2 or 3 batteries, but you're gonna be there for 8 hours and fly all day. You can't just go with your 3 batteries, you know, and spread that out. You can charge your batteries like 30 times on one of these things. You charge it the day before, the night before. Also, if your power goes out at your house, you can keep your fridge plugged in for like 12 hours. Abby can charge her phone off of this while we turn a fan on while we're at an airfield and we're under our shade tent, our pop-up tent. I mean, this is awesome. This is awesome. I know we're an RC channel, but this totally applies to everything RC. It's cool for like vacationing and stuff too. So I didn't even know they made anything like this, to be honest with you. We've had power packs, but they're ones that are like the size of your cell phone, and they charge your phone like 2 or 3 times and then they're dead. I didn't know this existed, and I thought everybody would probably love to hear about this thing. So if you like it, it's linked in the description box below. It's sold on Amazon, so you got great customer service. They have smaller, cheaper versions, not just this big one, and they even make solar panels to plug right into this to charge while you're out at the field, which I think is awesome. It's super hot, and although the airplane wasn't a massive success, I want to thank God for this beautiful day. 90-degree weather, and we just don't get this weather often enough, so I'm extremely grateful. Thank the big guy upstairs for that. We want to say a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters for just having our backs through the years. You guys, I think, are the biggest and absolutely the best support system of the whole RC community, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We'll have, for you guys that made it all the way through this video, an amazing RC plane that's under $200 popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye!